Hello, welcome back to Silver Thread Sewing. I'm Diane, and this is Friday Sews on Sunday. So as always, thank you for stopping by my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if you are returning, thank you so much. So Friday Sews is supposed to be on Friday. It's where we talk about sewing and life. The hashtag was started by Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room. So I hadn't been here in a couple weeks, I think. It seems like forever. It seems like, I don't know, time has just gotten away from me so bad lately. But I have been in the sewing room some, and anytime I have an hour, I'll come down here and piddle around a little bit. So I had some mending to do this past week. My brother-in-law needed some pockets on his t-shirts to be repaired, and he had an old jacket that he's had forever that he wanted the zipper fixed in it. And I took it's just a couple minutes, a little video to tell you what I was doing and to show you. So I'm going to insert that here as part of my sewing. So today is Tuesday, and I have some mending to do. My brother-in-law, my husband's brother, has got some work t-shirts and a couple jackets. Let me just show you. So these are work clothes, and they have been around for a while, but they still are in pretty good shape, except the zipper has come loose on this jacket, and I think the whole thing needs to be redone because I can see that the stitches are kind of fraying. So I'm going to repair that zipper. And he has 3 of these work t-shirts, and he said the pockets all have holes in them. And right here, when he puts his glasses into his pocket, the glasses just fall right on through. Now, I informed him that the glasses being put in his pockets are why they have holes. But he didn't seem too amused by that, so he wants them fixed. So I am going to repair that. And most of these shirts, I don't know if I can get it till you can see it, at the top of the pockets right here, they also have holes. I think you can just see that. So I'm going to put a little bit of iron-on interfacing right there and just kind of tack those back in place. Like I said, these are work shirts and all that, but this one especially is in great shape, except for the pocket. It doesn't even have the holes at the top of the pockets, just at the bottom. So I'm going to get busy and mend these things, and I'll come back and show you how they turn out. So, being the bad vlogger that I am, I didn't do any after footage to show you how things turned out, but the t-shirts look just good as new. It honestly took longer to thread the machine with the right color thread than it did to do the sewing. Now, the zipper, I had to finagle with it just a little bit and work on it because it's been loose for a long time and it was kind of stretched out at the bottom. But I did put some interfacing in that seam and got it. I think it'll hold pretty well, but I didn't take any footage of that, but it was kind of boring stuff anyway. Now, I think last time I showed you these pink denim pants that I had made, and I had asked you guys which of 2 fabrics you liked better for a top, and almost everybody, I had just a few that picked the Swiss dot fabric, but just about everybody chose this really pretty embroidered cotton. But now it is a little bit lightweight. It's quite a bit lightweight actually, but I would probably never wear it without something under it, like a t-shirt or something anyway, because it's a little sheer. So in winter, I could put a long sleeve t-shirt, or I could wear it with a cardigan or something over it. So I don't really care that it's not winter colors or fall colors. I just wear what I wear all the time, year round, really. Although this dress is the one I made last fall, I guess, last winter. Maybe it was even in the spring. I don't remember, but I wore this today, and I did have to wear a sweater over it because it was cold and it's short sleeved. Anyway, it's fall colors and it's very comfortable, and I just love it. I love this detail here that brings it in at the waist. It really is turning out to be one of my favorite dresses. Now, as far as new makes, I had a pair of black dress pants, kind of dressy pants, that I've had for probably 20 years, no joke. I had got them somewhere, I don't know where. They are black, kind of a wide leg trouser type pant, and they have a zip fly with a button at the top of the waistband. And I've worn them to death, and I've washed them to death. They're still black, but they're starting to look just a little bit faded in places, if I'm honest. So they probably need to either, I don't know, they need to go somewhere, I don't know. But I have a hard time parting with something that I've worn so much. I just love them. But I did take them, and I created a pattern from them. What I did, I took a piece of pasteboard, just plain old cardboard, laid it on my table. Then I took brown paper and laid on top of that, and put those pants, turned them inside out, and did the back. I pinned around the pant and just made marks at each pin for the front, and I did the same for the back. So I knew that they would fit me because those fit me. And the only thing I did differently when I made these pants, I did not put a fly, and I did not put a waistband with a button on them. I just made them to pull on, and I used a Ponte Fabric. And so this is what I did, and I made kind of a yoga waistband, but they're this really pretty, Greg keeps saying it's purple, but it said blue in the description, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see the true color or not. It looks really blue here, but in reality it kind of almost looks purple. But it's a really pretty fabric, and this is them. And they have the wide legs. And I absolutely love the weight of this Ponte. It's just really, really, it's heavy. It's going to be a great, you feel like it just holds you securely, and you're not just, I don't know, you just feel good wearing them. They're just a really pretty pant. This is the second pair I've made from that same pattern that I drafted. And I was looking for a fabric to make a top to go with these. And I had 2 pieces of rayon, and I asked my daughter Callie which one, so she picked this one. And it's a dark navy background, but then it has all these beautiful floral details, and she felt like this one could match this really closely. I still, in person, feel like it looks a little purple instead of blue. But what I'm making out of this is the Love Notions Ballad Blouse. And I have it almost finished. I have the placket done. I did the burrito for the yoke. And the gathers here at the, well, it comes a little bit, it doesn't sit right on your shoulder. This part comes a little bit in front, but it's gathered. And then it's clean and neat on the inside. So I just have to do the sleeves, which I'm making the long bishop sleeves. And then, of course, the side seams and the hem and all that. So hopefully, maybe this will show us if this, I still can't tell. I don't know. Maybe it's just my eyes. Maybe y'all can see better than I hope you can see better than I can. But this should be done in the next day or so, and then I'm going to work on that pink one. And I've also got another pair of pants that I cut out, and they'll be just exactly like this. And they're out of another Ponte, and it's this really pretty red Ponte. And I've got several different pieces of fabric. I've got a little cotton knit fabric that I would like to make. It's white with a red polka dot, and if the red matches, I think it would be so cute to make a long sleeve, some kind of little shirt. I can envision how I want it to look. Maybe it would come just under the bust and have like a, maybe not a peplum, but something sort of like a peplum, and long sleeves. And I don't know. I'm just thinking about it, but I just love this red, and it's just the same as the blue Ponte. So I've got those cut out, but I wanted to get this done before I changed any thread on my serger. I didn't want to go and put red thread and make these pants and then have to put blue thread to finish any of the edges on this. I may French seam this this Ballad blouse. I'm not sure yet. I haven't had to yet because everything's been enclosed. But anyway, those are coming. And I had gone to Hobby Lobby. what did I have to do? Callie and I were in Johnson City the other day. So Callie and I went to town the other day, and I went to Hobby Lobby. And I had purposefully not been going. You know, I knew that they had some of their McCalls, or maybe all their McCalls pattern on sale for 99 cents. And I didn't really need patterns, but I wanted to go look. But I kept putting it off and putting it off. So they were very picked over by the time that I went. But I did get some patterns, and I actually got 2 of some of these because maybe I would be right on the size, you know, that the lower size range and the upper size range. And then there was a couple that I got because I think Callie might fit into some of those. So I got a stack of patterns, and I'm going to go through those really quick and show you. I won't take a whole lot of your time about that. And there was a couple of them that I already had, but I thought, you know, I could go ahead and get that and have another one if I've cut them, or if I, you know, if I were to need a different size or what have you. But there's some of these that I've not had before. So the first one that I got is for these little skirts, and I basically got it for the View D, but this is McCall 6706, and it's just these various skirts, and I basically got it because I loved this version here. Now, I like this version, and I like the tiered version, but mainly that one there is the one that I wanted to get the pattern for. So McCall 6706. Do I want to make a cape? Do I want to make a hooded cape? Do I not? What do I do with my fleece? I have some strawberry fleece that I really want to use. So I got McCall 7477, and it just says Mrs. Capes and Belt. And I don't know if I don't know. I love the one with the hood, and I could just kind of imagine wearing that in the wintertime. I think it would be good, but I'm sure it takes a whole bunch of fabric for all those views. But it was 99 cents, and I thought, well, if I buy it, at least I'll have it, and if I don't make it or don't want to make it or something, I can always pass it to somebody else. Now this, I got this one here in 2 size ranges, the extra small to medium, and then the large, extra large, and extra large, 2 extra large. 2 of those X's. So it's not something that I would ever think I would wear. Same with the tempo dress, the strappy sundress. But I really like the way that like a halter neckline looks, even if you wear something over it, which I would. But I just really like this dress. So McCall 7405. And this is just such a cute pattern. I love the different versions, and I probably wouldn't make that one with a high-low looking hem, but maybe like the knee length one, maybe a length between the long and the short. I don't know, but I find myself being drawn to that that kind of a neckline. I just think they're really pretty. Now this one is McCall 7356, and it's just some various tops. And honestly, I do like all of them, but the one at the top is probably my favorite. And they have these belts that go along. And if you can't see that, I'll put a better picture in. I think you can see them. But they do have these belts that come out, and they kind of cinch in at the waist. And you can see it a little bit better on that one, or maybe the one that the model's wearing. But I really like those, and I like the princess seam. I think I figured out how the princess seam should fit and where it should hit, and I'm really excited to try that one. There is no long sleeve version of that one, although there is the V-necks, but there's no different. There's a short sleeved or sleeveless. So I don't know, but I did like that one. And this one is McCall's 7650. And it is tops, tunics, and dresses. And again, I love the top. I like the one that has the color blocking. I like the long sleeves. Yeah, I don't know. And I'll show you the line drawings just because you can see, hopefully. So I really liked this version, this little version here. I like it, and I like the one the model's wearing. Again, 99 cents. Did I need it? Probably not, but I want it. This is another, now this is one that I got it home and really looked at it, and I'm thinking, yeah, I don't think I probably will ever make this. But it's a cute, it's a level learn to sew pattern. It's actually romper, jumpsuit, and belt. But I'm going to blame this on my vision that I didn't see. I didn't see everything I should have seen. But this is, I'll just show you. And if you can see, you can really see it on this one. It's open all the way down the middle. So I don't know. Maybe you could sew that up. I don't know what I was thinking. But I do kind of like I like that neckline. And I don't know. I just threw 99 cents away probably. But, you know, it's, you just never know. Maybe I'll need it someday. Who knows? And you never find it again. They were really picked over, so I really did have to look hard just to find a few that I wanted. Now, I do love this one. It's McCalls 7925, and it's various dresses. And honestly, I like every version. I think they're beautiful. Most of them have at least one tier, and some have 2 tiers. And I'll show you the line drawings. But I really do like those a lot. I like all the sleeves. I just like them a lot. And, yeah. So I was happy to get that one. Now, this is a pair of pants. And it's McCalls 8045. And, I like the way it has the seam down the leg. I like the yoke detail in the front. Is it going to be flattering on me? I don't know. But I have not seen that many places. And I just like it. You know, it has some color blocking options you could do. And it calls for denim twill linen. You know, so it's pretty structured. Here's, I hope, the line drawings. But that's McCalls 8045. I only got a couple more. So, this one I have this pattern, and I have it as, it's got 2 different envelopes. So, I have this pattern, McCalls 7122, and I already have this, and I have made this version of this dress. There's a long sleeve version right here at the bottom, or the red one at the top, and I really like it. It even has leggings in it, and I like all the versions. And like I said, when I was thinner, I did make, I don't know if I can find a picture of it. If I can, I'll show you. But this one is the same as this one. It's even the same number, McCalls 7122, but it's a different envelope. And this one still comes with the leggings and all the dress views. It's just a different envelope. The front of the envelope, but it's the same number, and all the views are still the same and still included. So I got 2 of those, one in the lower size range and one in the upper size range, because I didn't know. I thought I'd probably fall right around the top of the smaller or the bottom of the larger. So that's all the patterns I got. I thought I showed great restraint, pretty much. So that's what I'm doing. So I've got these pants to finish, a couple tops to make. So that's all the sewing that I have been up to. I come down here and piddle and figure out what I'm going to do. And then by the time I do that, it's bedtime or it's time to get to work and do something productive. So I don't always get a lot done. But I'll move briefly into life. There's not a lot to share. Everything's the same with my vision. I do have the cataract surgery the end of October. Really want to get that over with really bad. Hopefully it'll help some. I've noticed that now it's gotten to the point, and I'll tell you this because it's kind of funny. So I can close this eye and see fine, and I can put my makeup on, you know, eyeliner and all that just fine. But when I close my good eye, everything kind of fuzzes out. And I have a really hard time putting makeup on my right eye because when I have to look with my left eye, and it's so funny. Sometimes I look like a raccoon on one side, so I have to go real easy on the eyeliner. I never wore a whole lot anyway, but I tell you, it's amazing what just that little bit of difference from one eye to the other can do for you. So hopefully that will improve some things at least a little bit. Salem continues to feel pretty good. She's not got quite as much energy, seems like, as she normally does. So she takes a little bit of encouragement sometimes to get her to go out, but she still goes up on the mountain with Greg most every day. And we just, of course, every time she acts like she feels bad, we just go all to pieces. But she seems to be holding out her own pretty well, so we're very thankful for that. So the last thing I'll share about life, yesterday was September 27th, and that was marked 1 year since Hurricane Helene hit western North Carolina and a lot of other places too. There's been, there was a lot of Memorial Day celebration type things, commemorating the day and kind of honoring the rescuers and the victims, and I didn't go to any of that. I just kind of was quiet yesterday, and I guess we all just have to handle things differently, and I know a lot of people are still going through trauma from that. And to be honest, we've been having all the last 3 or 4 days, we have been hearing that there were 2 hurricanes, and we were going to get hit just similarly to when Hurricane Helene hit. So everybody was really panicking. Everybody that's just all you saw on social media and the weather report. Well, thankfully, that seems to have changed. Now those hurricanes or tropical storms or whatever they are supposed to be taking a hard right and going back out in the Atlantic. So how thankful we are for that. So now we're not expected to get very much rain from any of that. We've had quite a bit of rain this past week, so it was just an eerily similar setup. We'd had rain heavy for a couple days. A lot of the creeks and streams were full. But anyway, it doesn't look like anything of major proportion is going to happen. So we're very thankful for that. And I guess just to thank you all again for everything that you did for us a year ago. So many people sent and came and offered and brought and just showed up for us in so many ways. And I just wanted to say once again this year how grateful we are to all of you and to everyone who prayed or sent your well wishes or checked on us. I just truly am grateful, and we were certainly one of the more fortunate people. We had some problems, but electricity and water and a tree fell on the house, but not much damage. So we were truly fortunate, but so many people lost so much and continue to live in campers, and a lot of people still don't have, they can't drive up to their house. Their bridges and their driveways are still damaged. So a lot of people are still struggling, even here at the 1 year later mark. But we are surviving. We are making it through, and where there's a will, there's a way, and certainly where there is God, there's a way. So I still have Granny's little monster. I babysat a day or 2 last week, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. I'm teaching the baby to do all sorts of little mean things. So how fun is that? I'm really enjoying, and Greg's loving being Paul Greg, and I'm enjoying being Granny. So we are having fun with the baby and trying not to worry too much about the future. And that's all I have to share with you for today. Now, I hope to be back in a couple days. I've put some fabrics on my wheel of fate because I can't cut them unless I'm forced to do so, because I love them. I've got a piece of beautiful flannel that I've had for 4 or 5 years. I don't know. I don't even know how long I've had it. But it is so pretty, and I'm terrified of making anything from it. So if I don't put it on the wheel, it will never get made, and it'll never do me any good. So I'm going to put some fabrics on my wheel, and I'll be back with that. That just kind of motivates me a little bit more, and I find it easier to get things done if I'm forced to do it. So, and I'll show you all these things on and try them on for you in the next video. But I hope that you're well, and remember, don't ever give up on sewing. As long as you love to sew and enjoy all the things, don't ever give up on it, because you'll never have time or money to get into any trouble as long as you sew. Just ask me how I know. Have a great weekend and a great week.